Kanye explains how you're in a simulation.
Let's start with acting, first of all. We're all unpaid actors in some giant script that we didn't write.
I am definitely not going to sleep tonight. This is getting a little too crazy. What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you.
I want to talk about organ harvesting. If you have organ donor on your license, then the hospital is more likely to let you die. People across the United States have endured rush or premature attempts to remove their organs. Some were gasping, crying, or showing other signs of life. The growing use of the donation after circulatory death, DCD, accounts for about 1/3 of all U.S. organ donations, roughly 20,000 last year. A potential donor in Miami showed clear signs of distress, crying, biting on breathing tube, and was later sedated before life support was withdrawn.
Sedated?
What is happening? We're so just disregarding any type of consent whatsoever. Like, there has to be a...
Oh, fuck no, y'all. And so it begins. You have AI starting to run shit. Albania just did something that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, y'all. I'm talking sci-fi. They just made an AI program a government ministry, y'all. This AI chick is called Delilah. So they say they did this because they want to stop corruption. But y'all got to think about it. If AI control where the money go, who's really in charge? The humans or the robots? This is the first country to give AI this kind of control. And it's not going to be the last. Like I said, AI is taking over quicker than we thought. They are implementing this AI shit too quick, y'all. We all seen the Terminator. And we all know the scary part, right? AI do not have no morals. They don't give a fuck. They don't have no emotions. They don't feel. So when we feel empathetic, sympathetic, they don't feel none of that. They are empty, soulless. Y'all, look at this shit. This shit is real, y'all. You cannot make this shit up. You think this is a real person? Me too.
Okay, I don't know who you're inviting to your house, but like, just whoever was living there before just got you into a whole new situation you do not want to deal with. So
he was driving behind a truck when he sees this. A man named Leroy Torres explains about driving with his family through La Carretera Naranjal in Ecuador late one night. He noticed just behind the car the shadow of a group of kids moving around in the trunk.
Sí se ve. Ahí estamos viendo, aquí en la carretera Naranjal, unos niños, son una sombra. No hay gente ahí, mi gente, créame. Estamos totalmente sorprendidos y asustados al mismo tiempo. Estoy viajando con mi familia. Se ven unos niños que juegan en un carro que está totalmente vacío en la parte de atrás. Es algo increíble. Tenemos el miedo total aquí en el carro, pero en el nombre de Cristo no va a pasar nada. Ya mismo comienzan a jugar, comienzan a tirarse del carro. Las sombras se tiran del carro. Es algo sorprendente, algo de no creer.
The man continues to follow the vehicle, recording what looks like kids thrashing around in the trunk. Yet, based on the shape of the figures, the man and the family believe this isn't real kids, but something that's not from this world. Given past situations where a man in Georgia followed a suspicious truck until police arrived and saved multiple lives, could this be a similar case or something else? Let me know what you think.
With everything going on in the world, I feel like this situation should be taken more seriously, because if you see a bunch of people that seem to be children in the back of a truck, I think you should definitely look into it more, because you never know what lives you could be saving. You know, it's way too much of a common issue nowadays. I get it, it's creepy, it could be some sort of paranormal activity or ghost, but like realistically, this is a very disturbing issue and it really needs to be stopped. So I hope this is just like either a stage video, and I hope there actually aren't people in the back of that truck, because that's just not good.
Oh, fuck no. Y'all, what the hell is going on at this ceremony? At the Charlie Kirk ceremony, y'all? This shit is weird to me. It's not weird to y'all? What else do y'all notice that's weird to y'all about this picture? You can't make this shit up, y'all. This shit is weird. I seen the video and I can't find it no more. I should have saved that junk. But look at Elon Musk's left hand. Look at that jump. What do y'all notice about Elon's left hand? This shit is weird, fool. Look at buddy right here. He looking like, hey, I'm noticing the same shit. I'm not gonna say what it is. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. What the fuck is wrong with this picture? I'm just sitting here like, bruh. If y'all don't know this, I can't see for y'all. I know what my eyes see. Y'all tell me what y'all eyes see. And yes, this is a real picture, fool. I'm not gonna lie.
The craziest shit I heard lately, though,
Yeah.
there's actually a case of somebody that disguised themselves to get back with an ex. So there's this girl.
Yeah.
And she was in an abusive relationship. He was just not good for her.
Okay.
She ended up getting a restraining order for this guy.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Months pass. Mm-hmm. And then a new guy comes into her life.
Okay.
Completely good guy. Seems like, wow, this is my perfect person.
Yeah.
But her friends thought, wait, he's a little bit too similar. Now, it turns out this guy, he had over, I think, like 30 different plastic surgeries to his face to change his jaw, change his jaw, face structure, nose, eyes, hair color, everything, just so he can get back with the ex that he loves so bad.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Wait, and they actually got back together.
Yeah, they got back together and they were together for a couple months before her friends decided like, okay, we gotta look into this guy.
Walt Disney does this 2-point thing. Disney went back and photoshopped all of his pictures because he had a in them.
Oh, really?
So like, you know the Mickey statue in the Walt Disney and he's pointing like this?
He is in between?
He's in between.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah,
What the hell?
but Disney literally went back and airbrushed it just to cover up his addiction.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because you know how like Disney is supposed to be for the kids. So Walt Disney is like he goes through 3 packs per day.
Damn.
He even died of lung cancer. That's how bad it was.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So like all the photos, like I'll put it up on the screen, but he's doing this 2-point thing, right?
So every photo of him has the 2 points, and it's because he has.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool though. It's like a hidden detail.
And they took it a step further. So every Disney employee, when you ask them, oh, can you lead me? Where's the direction for the bathroom? They taught them to only point with 2 fingers.
Oh, to make it normal.
Yeah, to make it normal. Instead of going like this, they'll point this way. Yeah.
How many fingers is
The Pacific Northwest has this set of rules. Now, you have to understand, this is a very supernatural place. There is something in those woods. And when you go out there, you're entering into another realm. Things can and do happen. People disappear, and a lot of people have had strange experiences in the Pacific Northwest. Now, the first rule of the Pacific Northwest is that you never go into the woods alone. Whether it's night or day, you do not go out there without another person, because there's stuff in those woods that tries to lure you, that tries to draw you in. The second rule, if you're camping out in those woods, you need to keep a fire going from dusk till dawn, because it's believed as long as you have a fire well lit, nothing negative will disturb you. The other thing with camping in those woods is it's always suggested that you set your tent up facing the north. You always want to be facing the North Star, because it's believed this will protect you from negative energy. Now, the third rule right? If you hear, you see, you feel anything, you didn't. If you hear your name being called, if you hear music, if you hear singing, right? That is not real. Do not go towards it. The fourth rule, right? If you see an orb of light, you do not follow it. It will try and lure you into the woods. You will think, whoa, what is that? That's really cool. Do not follow it. The fifth rule, right? A lot of people say when they walk through the Appalachian woods, they've encountered what they describe as some kind of portal. And it will beckon you. It will call you to come into it. But you must never, ever go near that. You need to run away. Now, the last rule, anytime you go into the Pacific Northwest, you bring a firearm with you and you bring one bullet. And if something negative comes your way, there are two options. Now, this is a story that comes out of the Pacific Northwest. It was in Northern California near Mount Shasta. There was this girl, and she said her father, Douglas, he went out on a hunting trip, and he went to somewhere near Mount Shasta. Now, he had gone on these trips many times before, never had any issues. This particular time, he goes to this new area in the woods to hunt for deer. Well, he said the first thing he noticed when he was going through the woods is that there was no wildlife. He didn't see a single deer. He didn't see any squirrels or, even insects. It was just completely quiet. So that night, he sets up his tent and he makes this big, huge fire. Eventually gets tired, he goes to bed. Well, he said he awoke to something shaking his tent. And the next thing he knows, he hears people talking all around him. And he said it was just coming from the woods, like people were having full-on conversations. So he unzips his tent, he goes outside, and he notices his campfire is out. And he starts hearing noises like going through the woods. And he said that's when he's seen all of these people just walking aimlessly around the woods, around his campsite. And he said they all had their head down. They looked very out of place. And that's when he runs over to his tent. He goes inside and he grabs his firearm and he just starts, hoping for the morning. He wakes up and he says, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm done hunting. Like, this is it. So he packs up his gear and he starts heading out. As he's walking this trail back to his car, he said he just got this really weird feeling. And all of a sudden in front of him, he starts to see this foggy mist start almost appearing in what looks like a perfect circle. And to him, it looked like some kind of portal. And he hears a voice calling his name, telling him to come. And he starts to feel himself moving closer and closer to this portal. And he said, he could tell that if he were to go into this thing, he knew that he wouldn't come back, that something was going to happen to him. But he couldn't control himself. He was just so interested in this thing. Finally, he snaps out of it and he takes off running down this trail back to his truck. And he gets out of there and he tells his wife and his daughter about what happened to him. 3 months after this, he's driving down the highway. When he's going over the bridge, he has a terrible accident. The car flips and he passes away. Now, his daughter, she believes still to this day, whatever he encountered out there in the woods had something to do with it.
What if I told you that Sprite used to come in a green bottle, but now somehow it's always been clear? You remember it, right? That iconic green bottle, unmistakable on the shelves. But now they tell us it was never fully green. Just a clear bottle with a green tint, a label, a cap. But that's not how we remember it. Could this be another case of the Mandela effect? A glitch in reality where history shifts and only some of us remember the truth. Think about it. Why did they change it, or did they? The same way Fruit of the Loom's cornucopia never existed and the Berenstain Bears somehow became the Berenstain Bears. Are we witnessing another reality shift in real time? And here's the thing. This change feels recent, yet official sources act like it was always this way. Some people swear they've only ever seen clear Sprite bottles, while others vividly remember the solid green. Could it be that we're slipping between timelines?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is the one Mandela effect that is not gonna get me. Sprite has been green. I mean, now it may be clear, but in my lifetime, why do I always be saying like back in my day or like in my lifetime, like I'm old or something. But y'all know what I mean. From what I remember when I was younger, okay, I just keep doing it. But it was green. It was not clear. Every time you see a Sprite, it's green in the bottle. So, They're not changing my mind on that.
There was this fuck story that I heard about, like with a kid and his fortune cookies.
Yeah.
So he was I think it was elementary school, right? And every like lunch,
yeah,
he used to bring it food from home. So he would have his own lunchbox, and at the end of every meal, he would have a fortune cookie, right? So he would break the fortune cookie, eat the cookie, but put the fortune in his pencil case.
Yeah.
Continuing, I wanted to warn you guys, their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
So I think one day he didn't show up to school, right? So everyone's like, oh, he's just absent, like who cares, right? And then the second day goes on, he doesn't come in. The third day goes on, everyone's kind of like, okay, now we got to check up on him. So they don't find him. Boom, they call the mom. They're like, oh yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time. Everyone's like, what the fuck? So they do a whole investigation, cops involved, everything.
Yeah.
So one kid decides to go into his pencil case and read the fortune cookies. It says on one of them, it says, I will always be your friend. He reads another one. Meet me at the lake.
Whoa, what the fuck?
So they're like, okay.
Wait, the fortune cookie
said
slip?
That? Yeah, the slip said that. So they go to the nearest lake. They're like, okay, this is our first lead, right?
Yeah.
They find the kid in the forest just roaming around. They ask the kid, what are you doing here? She's like, oh no, I'm always here because the tall man gives me fortune cookies.
Oh shit.
Hey, man, did y'all hear about the dude in North Carolina, man? Say he was driving on the highway and he seen a man bleeding from like his head, like blood was coming down from his head onto his chest. Like, you know, like he got hit in the head with something. So, of course, he calls 911. So he on the phone with the operator, and as he talking to her, he feels something jump on the back of his pickup truck. You know, you got a bed on the back of your pickup truck. He said when the thing hit his pickup truck, it was like he hit a pothole, like his truck went up and down. So he cut the bed light on so he could see what jumped in the back of his truck. He said that the damn creature was looking through his rear window. That's when he was telling the operator, like, it ain't human, it ain't human, it ain't human. You know what I'm saying? So he said he took off and, you know, he hit the gas. Like, he went like 80 miles per hour. And then he said he just hit the brakes, came to a complete stop. Man, the creature then flew from the back of his truck over on the hood. He said when the thing stood up, it was about 7 feet tall. And it reminded him of like a tall, slender skeleton with a little bit of skin on it. He also said when the creature looked through the rearview mirror, it was like somebody stretched some skin on his face, and it had like big black eyes. So when the creature stood up and he seen how tall it was, it ran into the woods. He took off and went to the nearest gas station. You know, he trying to find a lit area. You know what I'm saying? So he went to the nearest gas station. The state troopers meet him there, and he give them the information. They try to go back and find whatever this thing was. They couldn't do it, but they did find the evidence on his pickup truck. He had a dent, and he also had like scratch marks all on the back of his truck, man. And, you know, they researched and was trying to investigate what type of animal could have done this. They couldn't figure out what could have done this. Like, there's no animal identified that could have made those type of scratch marks or that type of dent on impact. So, what the fuck did he see that night?
A blue raspberry.
Oh, that's not real, right?
Yeah, because when
I
I
didn't
saw
know that shit.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought blue raspberry was a real, I thought it was a real, like, fruit.
Oh, God. I seen this TikTok. It was like, you know, raspberries aren't blue, right? I'm like,
blue raspberries don't exist. They aren't real.
Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys, their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
Wait, no, they are. And then I searched it up, it's red. And
Yeah.
for the longest time, I think, cause red already had its main players.
With
like
strawberry,
cherries, watermelon, what's that, one? With all of them mixed together, the pop.
Oh, fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that,
yeah.
those are the big players. So nothing was really marketed in blue. So raspberry, they just pretended to dye raspberries and called it blue raspberry. And you know how popular that shit got?
Yo, what the fuck is blue? Because
Yeah.
there's only like blueberry. But blueberry doesn't even taste like good as a pop.
Yeah.
Blue Gatorade is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And any candy that's blue is that flavor.
Like Sour Patch Kids, there's blue ones that taste like blue.
There's not even like blue fruits besides blueberry that people would even fuck with. And blueberry's not even blue. That shit's purple.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Rehab grape is purple.
About Jenna Ortega. Here we clearly see her doing the one-eye symbolism. Here we see it again. She's also dating The Weeknd, who I've covered on multiple occasions for his stuff. And she's thrown up the symbol right there. She also, in this SNL skit, is clearly possessed. Her appearance has also drastically changed since she really took off in Hollywood. Many fans have noticed that. Ironically enough, it's the same MO she started as a Disney star. But what I found out next about Jenna Ortega will literally make your skin crawl. A few comments on a previous video of mine led me down a deep, dark rabbit hole. It turns out that Jenna Ortega follows a very weird and disturbing page on Instagram. Check out the pics. Here we have what looks like a painting of children or whatever that is, enjoying a red substance for dinner. Here we see the artist painting the one-eye symbolism as well as the cross that's inverted. Here we see more disturbing stuff. You see people in these religious outfits, but clearly...
He kept hearing banging sounds underneath his house, but as he decides to crawl to see what it is, he finds this. A man named Kyle, who recently moved into a house, began hearing loud banging sounds coming from his attic.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe.
The man then finds this box with a creepy doll who's missing its eyes, and a strange book with a bunch of numbers. Now, after opening the box, he began hearing the knocking was now coming from his basement, inside the walls.
But I think I know where it's coming from. I think it's coming from there. Something is banging on that. So we're gonna take a look. Do I really want to crawl down there? Yes.
After many sleepless nights, he finally decides to crawl under his house to see what could be making these sounds and makes a horrifying discovery. He finds this heart-shaped box containing a pair of eyes, the same eyes that the doll's missing. Looking to uncover this creepy mystery, the man begins to interpret the book and finds this.
See this little thing here? 115516, then 85185.
A missing page that reads in a code, "Keep here," has the missing piece of the book's drawing, revealing this haunting image of a demonic laughing face with the words, "Run."
The two important questions I have for this video is, one, how did this guy just come across this whole like scavenger hunt? And two, why are you still living there? If you find a doll in your house with missing eyes and then you hear banging that leads you to find the eyes of this doll, doesn't that just tell you that there's something in this house that probably shouldn't be there? Like, you know, I'm not a genius by no means, but like I think I have enough common sense to put two and two together that means to get out of that house. Like, some people genuinely just enjoy that kind of stuff. I mean, that's them. Enjoy your life. But for me, if I got a bald doll with no eyeballs haunting my house, I'm leaving. So, you know, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Bro, why did he just start trying to fade the ghost? Like, he was just chilling in the corner and he just started beating him up. Yo, that's not fair, bro. Yo, that's actually low-key. Like, why do I feel bad for the ghost?
in China, did you know that they made an infrared contact lens?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So in a pitch black like area,
Yeah.
if you have these contacts in, you can see it's actually like green and like yeah. But yo, they're making it for like $200 to make that lens, right?
Yeah.
So imagine how much they're gonna sell it for.
What does it really do?
It's no wires, no nothing. Just a contact lens with a bunch of nanoparticles that make invisible infrared light seeable to the eye. And they tested it on mice already.
Yeah.
And then the mice were like not going to the places where there was infrared light because they could see it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I seen too that infrared light actually passes through your eyelids.
It does.
Yeah, so even with the lenses on, you can see signals with your eyes closed.
Yeah. That's what's crazy.
That's what's crazy.
Kanye explains how you're in a simulation.
Let's start with acting, first of all. And a 2-year-old screams at a restaurant, the entire restaurant screams, teach that kid how to act. We're all unpaid actors in some giant script that we didn't write. Simulation, a 2-year-old jumps on a coffee table and someone says, that's a coffee table, don't jump on that. So it went from being something that makes him feel like Superman, he's got his cape on, to something where he has to think about this person's like a family member he doesn't like anyway. He's 2 years old, he doesn't think about a coffee or a table. And he's starting to like calculate all these things. And by the time you're 40 years old, you've got a wall full of coffee tables calculating you into traffic, calculating you into your career choice, calculating you into this townhouse that's not quite as big as the townhouse next, and it just never works. You know, that's the simulation that I'm talking.
But also, you know, maybe people don't want the kid to get hurt jumping on the coffee table.
We are too protective. We always don't want someone to get hurt. Can you imagine me talking to my publicist before I said I'm going on TV again? We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting. And sometimes you just have to be fearless enough to break the simulation.
This is the first time ever somebody's been arrested for just predicting the future.
What?
There's this woman named Etta Smith, and one day she went to the police station and she said, I know where the missing body is. I can take you there. Sure, we'll look into it, like give us the address, blah, blah. And they're wondering, she's probably either the craziest or somehow connected. How does she know? She leaves for like 2 hours. She comes back and she goes, remember what I said? I found the body. I drove out there with my kids and my kid found the body. The police officer's looking at her like, what the fuck are you talking about? In his head, he's like, okay, obviously she's the murderer.
Yeah, it's obvious.
So they literally found the body exactly where she said. So what happens? She gets arrested. Okay. So Etta Smith is in jail. Now the thing is, there's no evidence of her killing her. There's no evidence of her being a part of the crime at all. Okay. Now this is where it gets crazy. They sent in a fake cellmate to go into her jail cell and talk to her. So it was actually just someone trying to get information.
Yeah, that's smart.
She sat down and then she started talking, and they asked her questions that tried to incriminate her, but the information they got was even more wild. What Etta ended up telling them was
a rock, a meteorite, or whatever you want to call it, fell out the sky in Panama. A man went and tracked it down, found the rock, or whatever it's called, brought it back to his home, and it started growing, y'all. It reminded me of something off of the Stranger Things. That joint look like it got tentacles, y'all. Look at this shit. This how small it was at first, y'all. As you can see. Look at it. The fuck is that? And now, it's like this. What the is that? I don't know what that is, y'all. This joint look like it belong on Stranger Things. Look like it got a heartbeat and everything, fool. This shit crazy. Somebody let me know what the hell that is. This shit got the internet talking. Because this ain't no hoax. The man went live and showed this shit too. Like, I don't have nothing to lie for, y'all. I don't know what it is. It looked like fungus. It looked like something I wouldn't want in my home. At all. Like I said, y'all leave y'all thoughts down below on what y'all think it is.
Okay, whatever that is needs to go back to where it came from, because why is this even happening? Like, there's so many unexplainable things going on in the world nowadays. It's just literally a little too much for my brain to comprehend. that looks like a parasite. Like, I don't know, like that, if that really fell from the sky and came from somewhere else, we need to question where that came from, because why is there something out there sending us parasite meteors? I feel like it's just every day we wake up and we just see something that makes us question life a little more. I feel like everything has its right to exist, everything has its free will, but sometimes the free will is a little too free, because who thought of this and why is this here? If it's really minding its business, fine by me, I guess, but just like stay far away from me. I'm good.
I don't know if you've ever seen this video, dude. This guy murdered his whole family, and then while he was in the interrogation room, he literally broke a hole through the wall and escaped.
I seen this, bro.
Have you seen this video?
I didn't hear the whole story, but I seen the footage of when he bust through the wall.
Yes, this happened in 2024 in New Mexico. One day, his neighbors called the police because they hear gunshots coming out of their house that he lives in with his parents, his sister, and they also have a dog. Police pull up to the house. When they come, they see him walking outside of the house like he's trying to leave, damn near. They stop him to see what's going on. Instantly, they know something's wrong because he has like blood on him. When they go to the house, they see like drag marks all around his house. Pretty much what happened was he shot and killed his parents, then killed his teen sister, and then killed their dog. He dragged all their bodies to a ravine nearby and dumped their bodies into the ravine. And when the police came, they seen that the house, he was pretty much trying to clean it up and get rid of all the evidence. They end up arresting him. They take him to the interrogation room. And that's where that famous video comes from.
Where he kicks the hole in the wall.
Where he kicks the hole into the wall and escapes from the interrogation room.
They end up catching him?
That's the thing. They damn near catch him instantly. Like,
he
doesn't even leave the building damn near. Like, he runs out. Like, he's like running around.
Yeah.
And they instantly see like, he's not in there no more. And they run and go tackle his ass, catch him, and then arrest him again. This dude ended up going to jail for like
he's definitely
probably
desperate.
going to jail for a very long
bro,
time.
I think he's cooked. He's probably going to jail for life.
Forever, yeah. He killed his whole family.
Killed your whole family, dog.
And then broke out of an interrogation room.
Yeah. And plus that's damaging their property as well.
God, yeah.
So it's like they just added an extra 20 years on your life for doing some shit like that, or extra 10.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
There was this Satanist.
Yeah.
He came out on a podcast and he said, this is an ex-Satanist, but he was up there. He was a fucking priest, right?
Yeah.
What he did, he used to do voodoo and spells to try and harm people. And one time this woman came to him and said, I need you to try and kill this other woman that I hate. Like, I want you to put a hex on her and kill her. Now, the satanic priest, what he ended up doing, he did his rituals. And the moments where he spoke to the devil, you know what the devil told him?
What? Don't do it?
But before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys that more and more people have reported that their phones were being spied on. To check that this does not happen, save this video, click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately. Not this woman.
Whoa.
He said, so apparently, like the devil telling the high priest of Satanic Church, telling him, not this woman. Her God is too powerful.
Whoa, that's...
You know, like the Island Boys?
Oh, yeah.
You know why they're called the Island Boys?
Why? No!
You didn't know?
Yeah, they're thing, because they kiss and shit.
No! What are you talking about?
They make out with each other.
Did you know the Island Boys were actually on Jeffrey Epstein's island?
Huh?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yo! You didn't know this?
There's evidence.
Bro,
I don't believe that. I actually don't believe that. Like,
What the fuck? You didn't know this?
Like, wait, were they the boys that were getting thinged?
I'm gonna show you the picture.
No way, man.
Oh, you didn't know
There's actually no
Think about
way.
it. I'm gonna show you the picture.
Okay.
Let me just show you the picture.
They never come back as...
Jeffrey Epstein and the Island Boys.
Stop.
Why are they called the Island Boys? Because they're on Jeffrey Epstein's island, fam. Come on, bro.
Bullshit.
Come on. That's them.
Let me see.
That's actually, no, like, that's
How do
actually
you,
them.
like, how do you know that's them, though?
No, like, this photo came out on, like, TMZ. You ever hear the toothpaste theory?
Toothpaste?
Yeah. You know how the toothpaste, at the bottom of that shit, there's always, like, a block of color?
Oh,
like,
yeah, it's white, so it's white.
Yeah, white, but on the thing, there's, like, a little square.
Yeah.
No, they're all the same toothpaste brand. They're all the same type of toothpaste.
Oh, shit.
But theory goes that or the people that know the code stay away from certain colors of the toothpaste.
Whoa.
So it's like if you know, you know.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your boots, and we're gonna be on to the next one.